conversation. Why don't you ask Joe something? Y'all can ping pong off each other.
No, I was asking him. He the interviewee. I ain't never did no podcast and got to talking about niggas. He did that though. I was
I mean,
challenging
it's
him.
not.
I was challenging him to do that to me.
Jay, you low key can have your own podcast though,
That's
cause
cool.
you
I know
real.
what I'm capable of. I'm talking
You've
about
been
what he.
podcasting all night
I
for
know
real.
what he. I know what he already did. I know what's transpired already. Therefore, I want to see if he can reciprocate that same energy to me. Because I know what he's done to others already. I want to see him reciprocate that same energy to me.
Junior answered all his boy questions.
And what if he can't give you that same shit?
Shit, tell him to say that, and we can keep on moving. He can move on and ask somebody else a question. I know how he like to, yeah, go with this wiggle on other niggas. Go with this wiggle on me.
So this is the question game in here.
This is the what?
So y'all were playing the question game in here?
Nah, it's your question game in here.
I don't have any questions.
All this shit started based upon you.
Oh, I don't have any questions.
The question is, do you have a question to ask Junior?
No.
Because I see that you reciprocate negative energy to certain individuals. I wanted to see if you can reciprocate that energy to me, and we just can have an intellectual conversation. You talk to a bunch of dummies, and I don't want to discredit any niggas, but you talk to a bunch of niggas who don't know how to speak and can't articulate themselves in the right manner to deliver the right message. But can you do that with a man who can decipher himself in the proper manner? Can you have that conversation with a guy whom can exemplify himself in the way he need to be exemplified instead of the manner that you try to portray him?
And Jay, I can have any conversation with any man.
Then have a conversation with me.
I do not think that I run around spewing negativity the way that it sounds like you think. I don't think that at all, actually.
Okay, I understand. I understand your message then. But you know what you've done. You brought people in your room that you had a problem with and you had something bad to say about. And you spoken on what you had bad to say about them while they were in your presence. I don't know if you would have did that in real life. You might have. You might not have. I don't
Jay,
know.
when you say my room, you mean on Clubhouse?
No, I don't give a fuck about no Clubhouse. Clubhouse ain't got shit to do with nothing. We talking about real life. We talking about podcasts and all this other shit. We ain't talking about no Clubhouse. Clubhouse ain't shit. I just got on here.
Breakfast Club.
I just got on here 4 days ago. Like, this shit don't mean nothing to me. Now, I understand it's becoming a big platform. But this shit don't mean nothing to me. What I'm asking you is the same energy that you transpire the people that come on your podcast and different channels that you have leverage on. That you are, that on.
Jay, I don't interview people on my podcast.
Yeah, you don't interview them, but you got a bunch to say about them.
Well, yeah, that's a podcast.
You'll tell somebody when you don't like them. You'll tell, man, I done watched enough of them, Joe. I don't watch enough of them. I done seen you disrespect a bunch of guys, rightfully so or unrightfully so. You did. I don't know if y'all had personal issues before they got on your shit. I have no idea. I just know what's transpired. I know what you did when they got there. I know what you did when they got there. So I don't know if it was for personal means or Podcast means whatever. You do what I'm saying? I don't know which one it was for. I just know it transpired. And you had to let it be known that it was this and it was that. When ain't nobody bring you that energy. Ain't nobody bring that energy to you initially. But you had to let it be known at that time that you brought the energy to them.
What time frame is this?
You said what time frame?
Yeah, because it sounds like you speaking about something specific, and I don't know.
Nah, I'm speaking on a bunch of different situations, and there's a bunch of people in here that can tell you that. Anybody know what I'm talking about?
You just talk a lot of shit.
I know a million of them. Like you say, we watch this shit all the time. Like old girl said, Migos.
Migos, the Yachty interview was pretty bad. You kind of with the whole what's it called? The 360 deal shit that you put on them.
Are you in? So
wait, hold on. Wait,
I want to ask.
How much of that do you attribute to Coach K?
20%. No. So you attribute.
You know what I mean? Like these opportunities, though.
What you mean, like as in like how did the?
Oh, yeah. So is he the mind that's driving it, or are you also actively saying, "Yo, let me get these things"?
It depends. I'll speak it, but he makes it happen.
Makes it happen. Well, that's
every time. It's 50-50. We gonna have and have.
Are you in a 360?
I don't know.
No, don't tell me you don't know. You know if you in the 360.
Bro, I don't really.
Are they getting a cut of that Sprite commercial check?
I don't know.
You know, man. Stop.
I know I got an amazing deal. I have an amazing attorney.
But you don't know if you're in the 360. If you don't know you're in the 360, you're in the 360. It's like one of those.
Okay.
You know what a 360
I know I recouped my deal.
Right?
I mean, you and Coach probably had that conversation, right?
You do know what a 360 deal is, though.
I heard about it.
I'd like to know your opinion on it. I don't even care.
Can you explain it to the audience first?
When an old nigga like me sees Yachty in a Sprite commercial and sees Yachty in a Target commercial, I say to myself, the label is really doing, again, the label, I don't know if that's QC Capital, whoever is doing an amazing job cashing in on their 360. Clearly there's some marketing appeal that this kid has that transcends hip hop, and the label is taking full advantage of it. So when you have a star like that, it behooves the label, if you're in a 360, to do all that they can to get you these other ventures. So a 360 basically is, the label eats off of everything. The thinking was, the thinking when a 360 deal was introduced was, we are the people that are making the act famous. We're putting our money up and we're doing everything, and then that person just gets to go and do what the fuck they want, and we don't eat from anything but album sales. As the industry started to decline, they had to find other ways to eat. So when I see you with this, your business is great, you're absolutely right. But when I see it, I say, okay, that might be a 360 deal. And your team are the people that are coming up with all of the creative shit behind Yachty. Then what the fuck would I be paying Capital anything for?
Yeah.
Nah,
Joe, I got a question for you.
It's a bunch of them.
Y'all feel like that was bad?
It wasn't bad, but you definitely challenged him in a way where you could tell he wasn't ready for it. And yeah, Yachty's a little younger, but it's just like your maturity that he wasn't ready for. He wasn't ready for the questions that you asked. He wasn't ready for the pressure that you applied.
You be pressing niggas that ain't ready to be pressed. And
you guys are in the same
let it be known
experience.
that you got situations with guys that ain't even know they had a situation with you, but you just stand on it.
Nah, I don't think that's my energy.
I'm telling you what's transpired. You might not think that's what you displaying, but we telling you what you displaying. You done disrespected a bunch of niggas on your platform, though. I done watched it.
But I'm saying that I don't think talking about a nigga's music negatively is disrespecting them personally.
You ain't had to bring me to your platform to do that. So it is negatively when you try to put me on the forefront to do so. You could have called my phone and gave me constructive criticism rather than put me on the internet for everybody to see this. It's a difference. And you an older nigga, so you should know that. You should know that you could call the little homies and let them know, hey man, this ain't what's transpiring, rather than trying to put them on a platform where everybody can hear it for you to give your message. You could have gave him a message in 100 different other ways. I guess I'm talking to myself now, right?
Nah, yo, that kind of makes sense what you saying though.
No, nigga, it do make sense. How you gonna say it kind of do?
Kind of makes sense, but at the
How
same
you gonna
token,
say it kind?
but
Hey,
look,
hey,
but
man.
Junior,
Hey,
he media though. So he got to talk about things that drop. You feel me?
That's cool. He media. Be
But he know
media
where
the
he
right
come
way.
from, so he got to be held accountable.
Be media the right way. Why the fuck you feel like you need to speak on everything that I say for him?
Not really. I'm just having a conversation.
That's cool. We can have a conversation. Just chill though. You ain't gotta respond to everything I say though, because that's what you've been doing. Let him speak for itself.
And I'll be quiet too.
Yeah, no, I never looked at it that way, to be honest with you.
What other way is it to look at it though, Joe?
Like I just said, running the podcast and critiquing music without it being a personal shot at nobody that you're critiquing.
But you gotta understand that nigga, everybody got emotions and everybody got feelings, right? Because everybody man. So if you want to criticize me in public, why you can't criticize me in private?
Nah.
Nah,
I
what?
criticize my friends and the people I love and care about in private and in public. Like, that's a courtesy. Are you saying
I ain't never heard you criticize your wife in public. That's somebody you care about. You criticize her in public, and that's no disrespect.
I'm not married? Are you talking about my son's mom?
I'm talking about your girlfriend and anybody else. I never heard you criticize them in public other than on TV where you got recognition for that too.
I have a long time ago when I was a little immature. I tend not to move that way at 40.
Exactly. So I'm saying, why are you moving like that with youngsters? Because we older. Why are you moving like that with youngsters?
My stance is I don't.
My stance is that you do. You won't criticize somebody that you can give constructive criticism behind closed doors where it might actually be a positive influence in their life. You rather give it to them in public and it be a negative influence in their life. And then you got to deal with what you got to deal with, and they got to deal with what they got to deal with. Now it's a problem. Now you created an animosity that it didn't need to be created because you could have said the same thing that you said in public behind closed doors, and it would have gave them more meaning. So therefore, if you want to give your audience meaning, if you want to really be beneficial to your audience, if you really want to give your audience direction, then you'll understand that if you give them that in a different platform and then have a different conversation with them on another platform, that you'll get way further than what it is that you're getting based upon trying to belittle somebody publicly.
But Jay, I speak to mad of these young niggas off platform, personally. Advice, kick it with them. Like, that happens.
I mean, that's the guys that we don't know about though. We talking about the ones that we do. So you might talk to a bunch of niggas the same way I could say I talk to a bunch of niggas, but don't nobody know the niggas I'm talking to. When we have an opportunity to talk to influencers though, the guys that I actually have a chance of coming up, the guys that are in position or have been in position to come up, let's give them constructive criticism rather than belittling them and making them something less than they are. Let's give them the criticism they need behind closed doors. And then when we had these interviews, let's give them the criticism that they need.
I agree with that.
You do shit to be funny. You do shit to get views.
Jay, I'm the last.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Media person that does.
Man, that's cool, but you do shit for views, and I don't respect that.
I do have a question because this is from someone who is a fan of, I won't say all your music, but the majority, I would say.
No, you a fan of all that shit.
Peekaboo is kind of lit, bro. You was bumping it like 15 minutes.
Peekaboo is hard.
Okay, anyway, I keep asking myself, why do you respond to the old heads? And by the way, and for you and for a lot of people watching, when I believe when we say old heads, it's not just an age, it's like a mentality. It's a mentality you're stuck in yesterday.
Yeah. I don't think that when we say old head, we're talking about age specifically.
Okay, so I wonder why he responds to criticism from y'all when his music is not intended for y'all. And also, it seems like there's an agenda to just always take him out of context. Also, and it's a two-part question, I like it when you sing and harmonize more, like you did on Broccoli, like you did on One Night.
Right.
When I see you start recording freestyles because some old head niggas tell you can't rap or you're not hip hop, I'm like, they're getting you off your track. You're creating multi-platinum hits, generating tons of money for you, your family, your label. Why are you caring about what these niggas are saying? That's not your lane.